Good morning there, Murray's readers and leaders. This is Author Roy Murry with two book reviews today. I finished two books last night. One was a short book, the other one was a long book. And the subject is sin. We all sin, we all think of it a different way. The first book, which I'm going to mention, is very short, it's 47 pages. It's called Two Worlds. And in this, lady is there, and Angie is her name, or Angela. She's going through a dark place, and it starts off her going into a dark place. She's a writer, she says, and in getting into her writing, some reason she goes into a dark place, which it seems is her guilt over a sin. And through it, she gives a good story, going to very dark place in her mind. Then something happens, and she really goes out. And when she comes back to this world, she went out to the other world in her guilt over a sin that she perceived or didn't perceive. But when she comes back, she does something that she didn't do before, get absolved of the sin. Catholics do it by going to the confessional. Other people tell the truth to whoever it is. And the surprising ending is enjoyable. Let's say that. I'm happy she got through her sin. And the name of the book is Two Worlds by Tina H. White. And lovely. I haven't read any of other books, but I think I'll go back there and get some reading. I gave it a 5 stars on Amazon. I don't normally do that. I usually give 4 because they think that you're paying for the 5 stars. But I'm pretty well known on Amazon. The other book is about sin also, but in a different way. It's called The Carter Street Hangman by Anne Perry, who's an international uh, best-selling author. I've never read any one of her books. This was a pretty good book. It's called the Carter Street Hangman. It's in 1881, and it's called and also subtitle is the Charlotte and Thomas Pitt, not mysteries. It doesn't say mysteries novel. Okay, in this, as I said, some women in 1881. And I read someplace where between 1900 and 1995, no, 1900 to 1910, something like that, that 100 and some odd women got garrots that's choked by the neck with one of these things that has a wire and you pull and you choke them to death. Well, in any case, one of the housemaids in Charlotte's house, it's a family house, the whole family's there. You get to meet the whole family, and you get the discussions of that era about morality, about women's rights, about what different rules for men, different rules for women. And the vicar comes over, somebody that Charlotte doesn't like, uh, and he gives his condolences, but he's basically insinuating that it's the women's fault they shouldn't have been out at night. Proper women don't go out at night at that time unless they're escorted by a man. That was the rule. Those are the rules. If you're going to be a proper woman, you do. And the vicar's wife gets into it too about sin and the sin of the women and the sin of the men. Well, in the investigation, it's Inspector Thomas Pitt who there's an underlining love story there between the two, Charlotte and Pitt, but it's a social love affair, very quiet type of thing, no touching, that type of thing. And then he's investigating these murders. There's more than one. It comes out to about five, I think 4 or 5 murders, and one hits home very close. Hits Charlotte's home very close this time. And in the conversation after the, uh, or no, it's before. It's before the funeral. Things are going. A conversation where she's going over to the Vitka, over to the church, to make certain arrangements are done with the Vitka and his Vitka wife. That her conversation with Pitt, okay, brings us to an extremely sinful, this is the word, sinful ending, which surprises everybody in a man's world. This is Roy Murray, and I'm out of here. I'll see you next time. I'll have a paranormal for you. I was supposed to give paranormal, but I got into these 2 books, and it just went quick. I don't know if I'm going to do series anymore, but if I do, you got to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you're not going to know what's going on. And here's something I want to tell you. I'm an eclectic reader. Tomorrow, I have no idea what I'm going to read, but if it's a quick read, I'll give you a review next weekend. And in between, I'll give you something that I read previously that I really enjoy. I don't really write, and I did a written review on my blog on both of these books. So go there. It's in the description. Go there, read them. See you later, alligator. This is your favorite author, Roy Murray, out.